In this video, I will be your guide as we take the first steps in exploring the reference design BGT60 LTR11 AP autonomous board. Join me as we explore the features of this powerful technology and discover the potential it holds for your next project. Reference design BGT60 LTR11 AP autonomous board is the radar chip, which is a Doppler radar and operates in the 60 GHz ISM band. The name 11 refers to the innovative design of this chip, which features both one transmitter and one receiver in a compact package. With integrated antennas, this tiny 60 GHz radar solution can detect motion and direction of movement, approaching or departing, for a moving target. As you see, the board, which is FCC certified, has no microcontroller, because this radar chip works in autonomous mode, as we can see the motion detection represented through these LEDs here and there. This is an easy solution for radar sensing. Its small form factor, fast prototyping capabilities makes it a no-brainer for motion detection and direction of movement applications. The castellated holes, which are here and there, they can be used to easily integrate into other systems, having all relevant radar and power supply pins for easy soldering, supporting fast and cost-effective implementations. It's certified to meet FCC, EN, and ETSI standards. This certification simplifies the process of obtaining certification for your own developments based on this board. Infineon gives all hardware design files so you can modify it to fit your needs, produce it at your favorite PCB manufacturer, and start developing, making the time to market as short as possible. This makes it an ideal choice for applications where space, cost, and motion detection features are required. For powering this board, you will need a 3.3 volt power supply. In this case, I'm using this one, and I will just connect it here to the back of the board. Here we have 3.3 and ground connection, and then I will just turn it on. Once powered, the motion sensing is very straightforward. We have two LEDs. The green LED turns on whenever there is presence detected, and the red LED will turn on only when detecting a departing target, like in this case. But if I'm approaching, it will turn off. Okay, so these same pins used for motion detection are also routed out to these castellated holes on the side. So you can just solder them to your existing system and trigger events based on presence sensing and direction of movement. All the other relevant pins are on the bottom side of the board, and you can use them for SPI mode using a microcontroller. Radars are sensitive devices, so it's important to carefully consider what you want to sense and position the device accordingly. Aim it toward the direction where you expect motion, avoiding placement too close to the floor or ceiling. Additionally, try rotating the device 90 degrees and test again, as the fixed antennas on the radar will perform differently depending on the angle. In some cases, you will need to adjust the default settings, because they depend on the environment where this runs. It's not the same inside an office space and an open area, etc. So here you have the resistors, and you will have to modify it based on the user guide that we have available in the documentation on the website. Now let's move to the PC and let's check on the design files, which are in the reference design BGT60 LTR11 autonomous website. We open our browser here, and we search for ref BGT60 LTR11 out. And then we have here the Infineon website of this product. Under the documents, we can see the datasheet and the user manual. This will be very important for the future, so take it into consideration. And then I will go now to design support, and we will download the files on this zip folder. Inside this zip file, you have under the hardware all these folders. The 3D model, which is a step file of the board, very useful for the housing design. The Altium project, here you have the whole PCB project with schematics to modify using Altium Designer software. Then we have the production data. So if you want to make this board exactly as the one I'm showing you, you send these files to your PCB and assembly manufacturer, and all they need for the production is here. And at the end, the schematics, here we can open them in a PDF format. Now let's open the design files from the Altium project folder. And for this, you will need Altion Designer, and this is the project file. So I will just put it here on my Altion software. And here we have the source files. So we have the schematic files and also the PCB files. Let's open first the schematics. And here we have the different blocks with the radar, the LDO, the resonator, level shifter, and also the settings, the resistors for the settings. We left some notes here for the PCB production. So if you want to modify this board in any way, you just follow these recommendations in green, and then you will be fine. Also, we have some standard recommendations for the parts. So if you don't want to use exactly these parts, you have to look for parts we have these specifications. But we strongly advise you to use the same parts that we are showing here. Do you remember we talked about the resistors which are used for the autonomous mode settings? Here they are. If we also open the board on this side, and we can make a view side by side, we can identify them on the board. So I will just split this in vertical way. So I can here see the board in 3D view, very nice. And then I will just select one of these resistors for the settings. And I will just click here on cross probe. And then it will be shown on the 3D view. So this is the one which is do not place now. So we can really see this on the 3D view, like this. These settings can be checked in BGT60 LTR11 AP user guide, which is in the product page under the documentation section. Then is it up to you for making any modifications for better suiting your needs. For good performance, just stick to the recommended parts from the BOM and try to keep some free space around the radar chip. Don't forget that it has integrated antennas and they are sensible to objects very close to them. So, for instance, it's not a good idea to place any component around this, like pin headers or anything around it, unless it's very necessary, like these feeding capacitors here on the bottom and on the top. We hope you found our reference design BGT60 LTR11 autonomous radar board getting started video helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below or join the discussion in our Infineon forums. Links to these resources are provided below for your convenience. To learn more about our products and its capabilities, please visit our website at infineon.com/60GHz. Thanks for watching. We hope to hear from you soon. Goodbye.